Hi guys, welcome. So we are almost at the end of the session. Thank you for staying this far. We've had an emotional intelligence class, an app development class, and now we're about to have our first ever web design class. I hope you guys are excited. Don't forget to stay until the end of the end of today's sessions, okay? So we still have after this we have a virtual robotics simulator, and then we have Python, and then I can give you guys my exciting news that I've been hyping since the start of today's sessions. Please don't forget to subscribe to Code Arena's channel. And now it's time for web design. Guys, web design is such a cool thing to know how to do. There is so much money in it, and it's just cool to self build yourself by knowing how to design websites. Designing a website is so essential today. Every single person, every business, every brand needs a website, and you can be the one to design the websites for them. Using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, it is such a cool skill. And I'm really excited to hand over to our instructor for today, who is none other than Mr. Xavier, who will be taking you through the web design classes. Please make him feel welcome. This is his first time. Do everything you can to make him feel part of the Code Arena family. Have fun, guys, and see you at the end of the session.
Um, all right. Hello, everybody. Okay. Um, First of all, good afternoon. My name is Savio, and I'm going to be teaching web design. First of all, we're going to start with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but beginning with HTML. And we'd like to know what HTML is. So, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. When they say hypertext markup language, is HTML deals with the structure of our website. So, for instance, you want to build a house. You need block. You need cement. You need to plaster the house. Then you need to beautify it with paint. So now, but when we are using when we want to build our website, hmm, HTML is the block that we are laying down for our website. So that means anytime you want to build a website, you want to construct a website, the HTML is what we use to um, arrange or start the structure of our website. So brick by brick. Then what is CSS? We're going to be using on our website is CSS is going to serve as the tools we use to beautify our website. Right. Can you see what's on the screen properly? So can you see this now? Is it better this way? All right. Just a second. Let me just move it to my other desktop. All right. So are we okay this way? All right. So I'll just continue. So they say HTML is stand for what? Makeup is a makeup language whenever we are building our website. Then we have and the CSS, like I told you, CSS is used to beautify our website, and then we have what they call JavaScript. But we're going to start with HTML, and by the end of the class, we'll be looking at building a simple website using just HTML. So first of all, we're going to start with a slide here. Say what is HTML? Say HTML is the standard makeup language for web pages. With HTML, you can what create your own website. So this tutorial uses HTML5 standard. So HTML5 standard is the latest version of HTML that enable us to build our website having a lot of cool tags. So we use this tag whenever we are developing our website, but I'm going to show you how we apply tags in our website design as we go further. Um, I'm on full screen mode already. Okay, just give me a sec. Let me just full screen already. So I'm on full screen. I'm on. Please, if you can see this, if you can't, can you just leave a comment so I'll know you're seeing what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. Now we have tags. So what are tags? Now HTML uses what we call tags in every of its what structure. So whenever you're writing a code, right, just give me a sec, let me arrange this. All right. All right. How about now? I don't know if you can see it this way. Okay. Can we see it this way? Okay. All right. So we'll just proceed to our next to the next thing on the slide. We have the HTML tag, like I told you. Um, First of all, we're going to look at what we should do whenever we want to design our website. What's the first thing we need to do whenever I want to design a website? And I'll actually need to split my screen a little bit because I would like you to see what I'm going and what I'll be doing. Um, the For instance, website design has to do with a lot of practical. So we have the basic standard for developing a website, and this is the basic standard for developing a website. Whenever you want to develop a website, you must start with the word doc type. This we are seeing this HTML because we are using HTML5. On a norm, we can leave it this way and not put our HTML5 and it will still run. But this actually has to do with we telling our browser that we're using an HTML5 script. Then we have the HTML tag. All these are called tags. This is a title tag, and whenever you're opening your tag, you should be able to close it. So in our HTML, we use what they call tags. This is the head tag, and this is where we close our head tag. This is a title tag, and this is how we close our title tags. So whenever you open the tag, you are able to close it. First of all, since this is an introductory class, I'd like to tell us how this tag work. You see, on your web browser, the web browser recognizes some languages, and these languages are what we call your tags. So your web browser, whenever it sees a title tag, for instance, and you open the title tag and you close it, what it tells your web browser is that this particular content here should be placed at the title bar on your browser. So the content here will be on the title bar on your browser. And whenever you have an object, the head here, the head, you can actually run your script without using the header as long as your title bar is what defined. However, it is whenever I want to go through standard, I want to use standard in developing our website. We normally put our what head here because there are some tech company that actually require us to what use the header function so that some particular scripts or code will run. So it is advisable you put your title inside what the head tag, and the head tag should be inside the what HTML tag. Then after that we have what we call the body. Now what your browser sees whenever it's running a script and it sees a body function, the body tag, what it does is it actually the system starts displaying anything it sees inside the body for us to see. So anything that is inside the body is displayed for us to see, such as this tag or the H1 tag, the P tag, which is the paragraph tag, the H1 is for the header tag. Then we have then your browser closes the what body tag. Then you close your what HTML tag. So I'm just trying to introduce this particular standard as we're going to design our own website using this structure. So the next thing on our slide is now we have some tags here. So we have some tags. So just like I said, you see the doc type declaration. You say the doc type declaration represents the document type and help browsers to display web page correctly. So there are some web page that it will be difficult for you to actually display them correctly. So with the help of our with the help of our doc type, it is displayed correctly. But as we go further, I'm going to explain this. Um, and I told you the HTML5 added HTML to it so that whenever your browser is executing a particular web page, is able to recognize that this particular script is an HTML5 script. That means the latest HTML language. Then we have what we call the headings. So let's start with the heading tag. Now, the heading tag helps us display content boldly. So, for instance, we have the H1, we have the H2, we have the H3. Now, and what they do is this: the H1, whenever any content that is inside the H1 is what considered what large. So the H1 content is bigger than the what H2 content, which is also bigger than the what H3 content. So any thing, for instance, if you are going H4, it gets smaller. When you go H5, it gets smaller also, and it stops at H6. So we don't have anything as H7. So this is the function of the H tag. We're going to do a little bit of practical, but this is actually the function of our H tag. Then we have excuse me. Then we have what they call the paragraph tag, and the paragraph tab, what it does is it helps us display content. They help us display content on the screen. Now, for instance, if you want to write paragraph, if you want to write anything and it's in paragraph form, So we use the P tag to display those contents. So you have a letter you're writing, or you want to display your content. You use what? The P tag to do that. So now we have again another thing function we have, and we're going to be using them. I'm just actually explaining the tags for us. So later on I'm going to create an HTML file, and we are going to run it on our server for us to see. So I'm going to increase our server for us to see. um okay, I think some people are complaining that not getting this clearly. So let me just do something quickly. We have this. I don't know. People are complaining. Let me just increase font size a little bit so that you can see. So this is the beginning of our class. This is one of the okay. So you can see the tags. I don't know if you can see it better. Mm. This. Okay. So for those of us, you didn't actually see the tags very well the last time. So I just increased the font size so that you can see it better. So this is it, the doc type, the HTML, the head, the page title. Then we have the H1, then we have the P, then we have body, and our HTML clothing tags. So the next thing we have is the doc type. We have HTML doc type, and I've explained this. And we're going to do practical on this content. We're going to do practical on the content. And we have the paragraph tag, we have the link tab. So now I didn't explain the link tab. So let me just increase this. This goes above all right. So now this is the link tab. Now, have you been to a website, and on your website you realize that um sorry. So have you been to a website, and on the website you realize you're not seeing whenever you click on the text, it takes you to another page. So that's the function of your anchor tag, the anchor, or the link this thing tag. So we have the A, which stands for anchor. We have the A, which stands for anchor, and the href, which stands for is where we place the link we want to. All right, so on the screen there, I think some people are having challenges. So try to slide back. So we talked about the declaration, the doc type, which represents the document type, help the browser to display web page correctly. Then we have the H1. The H1 is what it stands for, the header one, which will display your context in what bold. Then we have H2. H to display your content in a much let's say the size of the text in H2 is less than the size of the text in H1, and the size of the text in H3 is less than the size of your text in H2. and H1. So the higher the number in your H1 in your H tag, the smaller the text or the font size of your text. But by default, it's going to be what? Bold. That means you're going to have a bold attribute. That means the text that you'll be putting inside will be what? Um in a bold shape, if you actually get what I'm saying. Then all right, so I mean the okay, so please move to page 6. Move to page 6 so I can explain. That's where we are. Page 6 on the slide. Okay, excuse me. I'm having different. Oh, sorry. Go back to page 5. Page 5, please. Okay, that works. Okay, okay. Go to page 6 now. Sorry, go to page 6 now. All right. So now we'll talk about other tags. Now they say HTML paragraph are defined with the p tag. We've explained that. So whenever you're typing anything and you need to use paragraph, and wherever you're typing, we use the what p tag to do that. Then we have HTML links are defined with the a tag. Now the HTML link is a very beautiful attribute, and is even used in our professional world, where whenever once you click on an item, it takes you to another page. Once you click on any item in the menu, it takes you to a page that has been defined or predefined for the anchor to work. So that's actually the function of the a tag. Then we have the HTML image. So whenever you are displaying, you are working on a website, and you want an image to show on your website, so we use the HTML image to do that. And the tag for your image is IMG, which stands for image. I mean, whenever I myself I want to I'm chatting with somebody and I want to use the word image, I normally use IMG because I'm used to it. So HTML uses what? IMG for their what? For image. Then there's what they call source. There's what they call source. And you can see source. If you look at the red you look at the highlighted this thing, the red words there. We have the SRC, which stands for source, and we have the ALT is another. Those are called attributes. That means inside your image, when you put SRC, you want to define the location of your image. So using SRC, the computer automatically what go to fetch those content. Computer automatically goes to fetch the content. Then then we have the alternative text also. The alternative text is what we use to what is a text that displays whenever your image is unavailable, and we have applications for that. I'm going to show us on our practical. So I'm going to pause a little bit here. Let me just I want to do a little bit of practical with us. So if I can actually if you can go back to my screen, so I'll just do a little bit of demonstration. We still have time for that. I want to do some little bit of demonstration on my PC. So we just design something from what I've said so far, so that we have that. Okay, so I'm going to my Windows now. Going to my Windows now. So pardon my window. Now, when we want to start our website, there's this number one rule. What you do first is create a folder on your desktop. So, for instance, for the purpose of our demonstration, so you right click on your desktop. So once you right click, go to new. Um, so once you're on new, go to folder. I don't know if you can see folder. We go to folder and you click on folder. It will ask you to give it a name. Say Derina. I'm giving my Derina. Let me put another for class. Now, whenever you want to start the website, it is advisable for you to create a folder for that particular website, because in web design you'll be having a lot of files on your web design whenever you're designing a website. Whenever you're designing a website, so it's not good for you to leave that scattered on your desktop or any of the other documents. So it's good for you to create a folder where all your files will be housed. Then open the folder, as we are going to be creating our file inside our folder. So now, the first document that is created whenever you're developing a website is called the index file. So your index file is the first file you actually create whenever you're developing a website. So now I'm going to right click, and I'll click on new, and I'll click if I'm going to go through this method. Some of us we're going to be having problem because there's something activated on my system. I don't think some most of us might not have that. So what you're going to do is go to your menu. With your menu, see, I'm on my menu right now, and you just click type notepad. I'm using notepad because it's common and every computer should have notepad. So open your notepad. It's a notepad. So you just type notepad, you find notepad. So I just open my notepad now. I don't know if you can see this. So then the next step is I'm going to click. I'm just going to type HTML. Remember our tags. Let me take us back to what we're doing before. Um, Remember, from the beginning of our tag, standard for our HTML element is having the our doc type, because we are using HTML. We are using HTML5. You write base, so we have doc type HTML. Then the next thing that comes after it is your HTML tag. So this is the beginning. This is where your website is starting. Then you come here. Remember, anytime I open the tag, I'll close it. HTML. Are you seeing that? Now, if I press, the next thing you should do whenever you're developing a website is close your tags. So now, for instance, this is my folder. There's nothing on my folder. I just opened Notepad, then I typed HTML, then I closed the HTML tag. So if I click on Control S to save what I've done, my system automatically asks me where I want to save. So I just go to the directory or the folder I created, and I just look for Coderina class. Then you just come to this place whenever you want to give it a name. So just type index.html. So once you type index.html, you click on save. So now, see, my document is here. So because I use a .html extension while creating the file, my system automatically realized that, okay, this file can be opened by my browser. So I'm just going to try to open this on my browser. So once I double click on the file, you see, now, I don't know if you can see this on your screen, but this is how it's showing here. So on my screen now, there's nothing on our browser. There's nothing on our browser. That means we have nothing on our website. So we're going to fix that shortly. So the next thing we'll do now is we, excuse me, I want to do something. So the next thing we do now is we want to start writing our codes. We want to start writing our codes. So the next thing is, remember from that, after your HTML tag, you write the head tag, then you close your head tag. Anytime you open a tag, you have to what? Close it. Now, anytime you type anything or you make any modification on your code, you must save it before you test it on your browser. This is because anything you type on your code, on your any of your documents, you have to save it on that file, and the file, that particular file, is what is running on your browser. So for instance, I once you type this and you go ahead and you say you want to type title, sorry, title, then I say my website, and I close the tab. Now, what this does is, you're supposed to see this particular my website at the top of your page. If you can see my screen, you will realize that up here, hmm, for instance, this site now, the current site we're using for we're actually using currently is high clip path transparency background. See this is showing StreamYard, and you see this is this is showing hello, and we have LLL. Now these are called the title, and on our page is by default our page is showing the index.html file. This is because we didn't set a title for the page, so it's picking the name of the file as our what? Title. So now if I refresh this page, even the fact that I've set up a title tag for it, you see you have my website, and it's telling us where my website is hosted, is in our local file. Now you see, this is because after typing my website, for instance, if I type 3 here, if I type 3 here, all right, since some of us are having okay, I'm going through the comments to see if we're having issue. Okay, I'm going through our comment to see if we're having any issue. Okay, all right. So someone mentioned Notepad plus plus. Yes, if you have Notepad plus plus, you can use it. Or if you have any other editor that you're familiar with or you're comfortable with, you can also use it. So you can leave your comments if you have any challenge, or if you're lost anywhere, please let me know. So I'm going to continue from where I stopped. For the purpose of those coming late, are just coming now, because I noticed some people are just coming. We made mention of HTML, or HTML, and we said HTML is an hypertext markup language, and okay, I'll just copy the code that you can see. Um, I'll leave it in the comments. So they'll share the comment right now. So, we might be having issue pasting our HTML code on the site because of I don't know, the site may not actually maybe you're trying to prevent scam or so. So all right, so let me just launch our screen. We'll go back to the where I stopped. So we have my website three, and this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to change the title of our site. Well, we've been able to change the title of our site using the our title tag. And I say the title tag is what will change this to anything you want. There we have the body. We have the body, and the body tag has to do with anything you put inside your body is what displays outside. Now I know if I come inside our title tag and I type something and I save, it's still going to display here. You seen that? Yes. But we have this whenever we're developing a website. So once you become a professional and you want to design a website and we decide to use one of the modern tools, such as there are some tools we use for developing website. We have like Angular, React, and so. You don't go on their header and you say you want to go paste codes like that. They'll tell you you actually receive an error because you have to go use standard method. Or if you're working in an organization where what they do is develop software development, they will not accept developing a website using and you know using the standard, such as even Google and any other organization like that that are into tech. So that's why for us to follow the standard, we put our title inside the head, and when anything you want your website to show, it will what come inside the body. So once I come into the body, I have to use a p tag. This is a paragraph, and I say, and I close my paragraph tag p. Then you come here and say this is good. Remember, after typing this is good, I come to this place and I press space. You see, you're not seeing the code I just wrote, isn't it? You're not seeing the code I wrote now because this is good and this is good has not been saved. So if I press the Control key and S to save, if you are using Mac, you use the Command S. If I'm using our Windows currently, so you use Control S to save. Then if I go here and I refresh the page, so what I do here to run my script is I come, I refresh the page. Whenever I refresh the page, you're able to see what this. Now, there are a lot of cool websites that has been developed with using this simple structure. For instance, if you look at this is one of the websites I currently am working on. You see, I'm using the simple tags, but you look at it very well. Um, it's actually gaining shape right now. This is because I'm using what simple tags, but I'm using some styling to style it. So for us to open our HTML page, what I do here is all right. Sorry, I had internet this thing there. Now, for us to open our HTML page, the step. All right, for you to open your HTML page, what I did to start this is, remember, you create a folder, come to the desktop. These are the steps again. I want us to pay attention. Go to your folder, you right click. So once you right click, you see over on the new option there. Then you go to folder. When you click on the folder, you have your folder created for you. You know, so this is my folder. When you once you open your folder, this file, you will not see this file. It will be empty. So the next thing you do is click on the menu tab, the window button, notepad. Hmm? Or if you have any other editor, I'm using notepad for all of us because notepad is in everybody's system, and since this is an introduction to HTML, I'm going to recommend some editors that we're going to be using if you want to learn web design. Those editors are very good and they make work and life easy. But for now, everybody have Notepad on their PC. So once you just click on your window button, click on Notepad, you'll see Notepad. You click on the Notepad, it opens this environment for you. That means this is if you're just starting. Now, the next thing you do is you type anything, or you press Ctrl S. Once you press Ctrl S, simply means you want to save your file. So now you just type index.html. So once you type index.html, you now you remember you created a folder on your desktop. So you click on the desktop option at the sidebar here. Then you navigate to the name you gave your folder, the folder you created. My own name, this name I gave to my folder is Coderina class. And I click on Coderina class, and I click on, once you get to Coderina class, click on save. So once you click on save, it will automatically create this file for you. But remember, anytime you want to save the name of your document, make sure, that means anytime you're in this particular section and you want to save, whenever you're in this section you want to save, it gives you an highlighted text at first. Make sure you clean this place is empty. And when anything you're going to type, when you want to type your index dot, make sure you put a dot and HTML. It is very important you put a dot HTML. The reason is you want your computer to recognize what you're doing as a website or as a web file. If you don't put a dot HTML, computer is going to use it as a normal file. For instance, if I don't put a dot HTML here and I click on save, now if you go to my file, did you see these two files are not the same, isn't it? You see the one in .html has an icon of Google Chrome, which is my default browser. And so if I want to open this page now, all I need to do is double click on this. Once I double click on it, it will open. If I double click on this, you realize that it's going to open this for me. This is because computer is treating it as a text, because I didn't give it an extension, a .html extension. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but this particular file is in .html extension. So if you want to open this HTML file that you've created, remember when you type here, you are just saving. So this particular window is still open for you to perform any editing you want. And the file is here. If you want to access your script to see what you're doing, you double click on this. So once you double click on this, it opens on your browser. Do you see? My browser takes me to this place. So I don't know if I've been able to answer the question. I don't know if I'm able to answer your question. So I'll proceed with our tags and how we can use our tag. Then the next thing, where I stopped was HTML3. Then I will use the paragraph P tag. So now I want to explain the H1 tag. Now, remember I talked about the H1. If I type the H1 and I say Savior, I'm using my name. I say H1. And I press the Ctrl S. Remember, anytime you perform any change, you have to press Ctrl S for you to see what you've done. You press save. Oh, sorry. Is this the same file? Oh, this is not the file. Sorry. I'm gonna have to open this file with excuse me. So for instance now, I mistakenly closed our normal file and I want to open it. So I can just go to my notepad, click on open. Then that means I want to open it for editing. Oh, I think I must have deleted the file mistakenly. So I'll just come here. So actually here. Okay. So open with. I have a lot of editors, and Notepad is not even one of the options. So, or better still, I can just improvise on this. Okay, let me just use Notepad. Okay, let me just save as since I don't want to take our time. Let me use index.page. Sorry, HTML. Um, click on desktop. Select the arena class, and I click on save. It's going to tell me there. I need to replace it so that I just wipe away this and I type so normally from what I said earlier, so let me just open our file again because we don't want to start typing everything over again. Then what I do now is, so we have our file here now. For me to open this HTML, I just double click this. So now you see um anything I type here, the title, my website tree is displayed here in bold. So now let's try, savior is displayed here bold. Let me try something now. I say H2 and you type savior 2 and H2 and you press Ctrl S to save. And if you decide to refresh, you see it's smaller. This is bigger and this is what smaller. And it gets to what? It gets to H3. Get to H3. The least among your header tags, which you can go is H6. So H3, right? Control save it. Save it. You see your H3 is what? It makes our text what? Smaller. Oh, some of us are seeing it. Okay, if you can't see this, I don't use Microsoft. I don't use Notepad that often, so you have to pardon me a little bit. Um, so I'm going to be making this bold and maybe 16. That will be able to see what I'm doing. So I believe we are cool this way. If this is okay. So this is H1, H2, and H3. Then we have our what paragraph, which is what we've done here. We have the H1, the H2, the H3, and we have the what paragraph. So anytime you design a website and you need to put a P tag in your website, this is how you go about it. You use the body. Inside your body, you put your H1, your H2, your H3. Depends on how you want to design. And you have the P tag for what paragraph. So this is what we've done thus far. So I'll just go straight to some slides so I can go through ahead. So now we have the A tag, the anchor tag. So now let's see how we can apply our what anchor tag. Now, like I said, the anchor tag is used anytime we want to work on our site and want to navigate to another website. We use our what anchor tag to navigate to a different website or to another page on our website. For instance, for me to create an anchor tag, let me come down here. I press the A tag, which stands for anchor, and you press the href, and you say equals to Here will now represent the link you want your website to go whenever somebody click on something. For instance, if I put an hash key, that means we don't have anywhere to go. Then if I close this and I say click me, then you say you close your A tag. If I save it now and I go to my browser, if I save this and I go to my browser and I press this, now you see, because I'm using the A tag, is different from the rest of the text. And if I choose to click this, you see, you only show me the hashtag here. The hashtag represents no action. Simply means we're telling our website we're not going anywhere. Stay where you are. Hmm? And there are a lot of application for that. We actually use that a lot of time whenever we're developing a website. So but I'm going to show us how to use the anchor tag. In case some of us want to perform some experiments when we get home. To use your anchor tag, for instance, you can come here. This is our index.html. We can create a file. For instance, this index2.html. Let's create another file. If I say new, control new, oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. Then I click on okay, no problem. And I click on let's say let me just put something. This is new. And I decide to save this and proceed. Then I save this as in, let's say, home.html, home.html. Use home.html and say this is new. Then what we just did now is on experimenting this, okay, please excuse me. It's just a second. All right. So what I was trying to do is to perform an anchor link to another page. So I can just come here and say the A tag and I say href equals to um, index.html and I click go back and you end your anchor tag. So whenever I open the anchor tag, it's good to what close it. So you close the tag anytime you open the tag, and you now so we have a file called the home.html. So we have an anchor file, and I say the anchor tag is used to what navigate between pages. So that means you want to go back to another page. You reference the page in your anchor tag using the href. What it does is it's going to take you to this page. It's going to open this page on your browser. So if I decide to come to my folder where I've created my file in Fodorina, this is the home page. If I click this, you have your home page. So now what happened here? What happened here is if you click on the go back, see, it takes you back to this place. So this is a function of our anchor tag. So anytime you're using your anchor tag and you want to go to a particular page, use the what go back button. It takes you back to the what? To your files. So I don't know if anybody is having any challenge. You can let me know if you're having any challenge that I can suit to that. Make sure that it's solved. Um,
Okay, guys, can you hear me? Um, I think we lost Xavier there for a second because I can't hear him anymore. So I think I'll round up now. We have our next class on virtual robotics simulator with Mr. Kenneth. Thank you so much, Mr. Xavier. Thank you for the awesome introductory class to web design. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned new things. You guys are already far in HTML. Before you know it, you'll be in CSS and JavaScript, and you'll be pros in no time. Thank you guys for joining. Remember the special exciting news I said I have for you? Well, I'm about to announce it in our next session. So make sure you head on over there like right now. Coderina will put the link. Okay, the link is already there. So the robotics class is coming up next. And the first thing we're going to do is hear my special announcement. See you guys over there. I hope you enjoyed your class. Bye.